how's the, what is that, tea?
Coffee.
Is it?
There's some cappuccino in it. Oh, hang on.
Cup of what?
Of Al Pacino. Cup of Al Pacino. Hoo-ha!
Is that your Al Pacino?
Hoo-ha!
Is that what he says?
In the Scent of a Woman film where he plays a blind man for 2 hours.
Oh, does he reveal in that what she smells like?
Hoo-ha! You have a smelly hoo-ha! It's true.
He actually does say that.
Yeah, you go, you have a smelly hoo-ha! No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Al Pacino does not say that.
Hey, it's Hasbro. Hasbro makes toys. What's new, Hasbro?
Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head with their own cars and trailers. That's what's new. See, Mr. Potato Head has a car and boat trailer. And there's a car and shopping trailer for his wife, Mrs. Potato Head. It's such fun to do and so easy. Like this. Take any fruit or vegetable. Just stick in eyes, then ears, and then the mouth. You can make the funniest looking people in the whole world. Potato Head people look different every time you make them. Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head with cars and trailers come in $1 and $2 sizes.
Did you have a Mr. Potato Head as a child?
No, the first potato head
You haven't got any of all these latest videos we've done. You've
The
got
first
any of the
time
things.
I ever got a potato man head was when someone got me a Stormtrooper one a few years ago.
Oh, the Spud Trooper.
Spud Trooper with
Yeah.
I also got the Darth Vader one, which had a potato masher
Yes.
lightsaber.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
That's
like that.
quite cool. Yeah, I had one. I think did I have the? Maybe I did have the Darth Vader one. Maybe it was Darth Tater.
Darth Tater. Yeah, I
was
like
it.
that.
Yeah, taters. Is taters out? What does that even mean?
What, Tater?
Well, you know, people when it's cold, they say, "Oh, it's taters."
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Why do they say that? Potatoes aren't generally known to be particularly cold.
Oh, it's snowing taters out tonight. No one says that.
Yeah. I've frozen my taters off.
Oh, maybe it's just that they're trying to say tits, but no, seriously, maybe they're trying to say tits, but they're being all kind of nice.
Oh, look at the taters on that.
Oh, mashed tits. I have a big bowl of mashed. You know what? Let's move on. So, no, I never had one until much later.
No. Well, would you like to know some facts
About Potato Man Head, Mr. Potato Head? Yes.
Yes. The original idea came to the man who invented it when he saw his nephew. This is possibly not true.
Like he's made this up for a bit of mystery behind the story.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not confirmed, but he saw his nephew apparently putting sticks in potatoes, and that gave him the idea.
What happened in real life was like replace the word sticks with pins and the word potato with cat.
Yeah.
And that's how he came up with it.
Well, it was a guy, Brooklyn-born artist, graphic designer, and model maker called George Lerner.
Oh.
He wasn't. He always came last in his school athletics classes because he was a slow learner. Anyway, he apparently after the Second World War, when he first, because he invented it in the 1940s,
Right.
and his attempts to sell it didn't go down well because
Because he walked into a toy factory and went, I've got a potato and a bag of eyes. It's my toy. A potato and a bag of eyes. I got lips and another one, hang on.
No, because of wasting food after the war.
Oh, that wasn't very good at all.
Due to
No.
rationing and stuff, and people thought that was frivolous.
Yeah, it is. No, it makes sense.
I mean, it's a miracle that he didn't he should have come up with Mr. Powdered Egg or something like that.
Yeah, Mr. Bird's Custard.
Yeah, or Mr. My mum had a hen that she made friends with, and then mum slaughtered it and served it out for dinner that night. She gave it a name and everything. That's awful, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, tuck into Alan.
Yeah.
Oh. Was he tasty?
Imagine that though, sticking the face on the anyway.
Onto a dead chicken.
Onto a dead hen. So after years of attempting to sell this idea,
Yeah.
he had to wait until things had died down after the war.
Yeah.
He sold it for $5,000 in 1951, which is probably quite a lot back then.
Probably quite a lot back then. How much did you say? 50,000? Oh no.
Oh no.
It's the Judder Man.
What were we saying?
So you said they were
Yeah.
expensive for the time. So what did you say?
No,
he sold
they
it for?
weren't expensive at the time. They only sold for 98 cents.
No, I mean it was
He,
expensive.
he sold it for $5,000. But it was originally to a cereal company, and the idea was that they would be giving away the parts because that's all you used to get.
Yeah, that's
you
all you
didn't
need.
get the head.
No, because you could just go out to the shop and get a potato for a penny.
Can you guess why they introduced the version with a plastic potato in it?
Because some kids had psychological breakdowns where they were in a house full of rotten potatoes going in eyes and lips and
It was
arms.
rotting like zombie.
Look at my family of potato heads.
Mr. Potato undead.
Yeah, Night of the Living Spud.
Mr. Potato dead.
Mr. Potato Spud. That's the same
What?
exact
That's
word.
literally
That's just a
that's
word.
like saying Mr. Carrot.
Yeah, it is. It is just like saying that Miss Potato Spud man head.
Mr. Potato Spud.
Yeah, Mr. Spud you like. What were doing? Yeah, just because they would rot.
No,
So-
that isn't why. Because in 1960, I believe,
Yeah.
Regulations changed, and because the bits you used to stick in had basically sharp bits on them. They had to blunt them, so they weren't sharp enough anymore to push into
into the potato.
the potatoes. So they had to introduce a plastic body. I, however, remember as a kid getting a Mr. Potato Head kit. It was like came in a matchbox, and it was just the facial features.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
And you could put them in a little potato.
or a big potato if you wanted to give them a small face.
That's a good point. You can make it look like Haley Joel Osment.
Well, look, here's what
Big head,
we have.
tiny
Look.
face. Is that the original first one? That
No.
was like manufactured.
No, 'cause that was
as
in-
pla-
that was 1951.
No, as in a plastic one.
Well, I have an earlier one. This is one with a head. Yes.
That's all I've got to do. Complete with plastic potato bodies and features, make the craziest, happiest, funniest characters ever using real fruit.
Well,
and
here's an
vegetables.
even earlier one. This one is quite interesting because it shows the wider family.
Of
It
carrots.
suggests
and whatnot.
many funny and crazy characters can be made using real fruit and vegetables. So they were still trying to sell the idea. Things to try. It's got some suggestions: apple, pear,
Yeah,
lemon,
yeah,
cucumber,
right.
orange,
Good,
banana,
obviously.
onion,
So they could just put any vegetable or fruit.
peppers.
Peppers.
Serving suggestion.
Leek.
Yeah,
Make a tall leek. Broccoli.
bit small, isn't it?
It's a bit small, actually. See, what's interesting about this, though, is that they've given you a body as well. It's not just
Yeah,
the
well,
head. It's
I
like
had a
there's
tiny body in my Matchbox one when I was a child. But during the 50s and 60s, they expanded the range hugely because, instance here, it's Mr. Potato Head on Safari,
Oh,
which
wow.
comes with a car.
A bloody car?
Yeah, look.
Look at that.
This was pre-plastic Potato Head, I think. Although it does come with a hat. No, I don't think it was because it's got the blunt bits, but it's got his lips and his feet. But there was a whole Mr. Potato Head family that they introduced, and an extended universe of Potato Head. There was in 1953, Mrs. Potato Head was added.
Fair enough. You obviously
Yeah.
have to go to Mrs. afterwards.
Then Brother Spud
Okay.
and Sister Yam.
He am what I am. Yam what I am.
I am what I am. And then car, boat, kitchen set, pets called Spudettes.
Oh, God, like a little cat potato or something.
And then when Hasbro took over
Yeah.
in the 60s, they introduced Oscar the Orange and Pete the Pepper, Katie Carrot,
Katie Carrot.
Cookie Cucumber.
So all they've done, all Hasbro did was go stick this stuff on veg, on other veg.
They called them Mr. Potato Head's Picnic Pals. There was also Mr. Soda Pop Head and Frankie Frank.
As a big wiener. So you could... Well, that's what it is, isn't it? It's a big wiener.
Yes.
Hey, Mr. Potato Head! What do you got for us?
3 new potato pals. Mr. Potato Bird, Mr. Potato Fish, and Mr. Potato Bug. That's a funny potato bug.
I'm putting the antenna on it.
That's a nice potato fish.
It's got a
Wow.
yellow tail.
I like your potato bird.
The wings are purple.
Let's see 'em.
Mr. Potato Bird. Mr. Potato Bird. Mr. Potato Fish.
Mr. Potato Head and his pals.
Do you want some other interesting facts while you're playing with that?
Yeah, I'm having lots of fun.
In 1985, Mr. Potato Head won the Guinness Book of Records record.
Is this for being
I'll
the
start that
first
again.
ever advert on TV, toy advert?
No, but it was. I meant to mention that.
Yeah, do that one now, but pretend I didn't say it.
Mr.
I want to know
Potato
some
Head-
facts.
Mr. Potato Head was the first toy advertised to children.
Thank you.
In 1985, Mr. Potato Head won a Guinness World Record. Do you want to guess what it was for?
Was it for most nightmares created by a child's toy?
No, you're obsessed with Mr. Potato giving kids nightmares.
Well,
It
because
doesn't.
it's
just 'cause you
weird.
didn't have one, you're being spiteful. You're trying to be
All right, then it was
horrible.
What would it be? It had to be longest or fastest or biggest. So maybe it was the biggest potato head.
No.
They came up with a massive spud.
This is no.
Go on.
Mr. Potato Head in 1985
Hmm.
won the Guinness World Record for most votes for Mr. Potato Head in a political campaign.
That's not. Why does Guinness Book of Records is shit?
I don't really
They
understand.
put all stuff kind of rubbish in it.
He got 4 postal votes in the run for mayor of Boise, Idaho.
So it's the world record for the most votes ever by a toy for a political campaign.
No, it says Mr. Potato Head.
Anyway,
In 1987, he got rid of his pipe finally.
Oh, his
And
pipe's in here.
And became spokesman for an anti-smoking campaign.
oh god, take all the fun out. Mr. Potato Head was nothing without his pipe.
No.
So do you want to see what I've done? This is my design.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's very Picasso.
It's his blue
I'm
period.
going to have a go, and I want some real veg for this.
Oh yeah, let's get some real veg.
Also, before, let's get close up, just a photo.
Oh yeah, let's just do a little photo of my art. I'm going to call him Capital Bill. I don't know why. He's Capital Bill.
Could we get the fruit and veg? I should also say at this point there was a Mr. Potato Head cartoon in the 1980s, followed in the 90s by an extremely bizarre and meta Mr. Potato Head puppet show, which mixed real humans in with it.
He's like a Basil Brush kind of thing, sooty.
Yeah, but I've watched some, which I'll chuck up some clips now. It's really weird.
Cancelled. Cancelled. Cancelled.
This show's gonna be great!
Sweet cheese and crackers. I am breathless with anticipation.
Hey, am I gonna sing in this show or what, bug boy?
Ooh, duh.
My beard itches.
I kind of imagine that the idea came first, and then let's slap it on anything, and then they didn't really think the logic through. Because again, this would have been, when was the cartoon series? 70s or 80s?
The cartoon series was 80s.
Okay, so what? It would have been a Hanna-Barbera or Filmation thing.
Yeah.
Right.
My man's not got any eyes. Would you like to make?
The funny thing is,
Would you
with
like
Mr.
to pick?
Potato
Would you
Head,
like to pick some food?
I am. I'm actually gonna go old school, and I'm gonna go.
Potato.
No, I'm gonna use cucumber. Question: Was it down on its luck before Toy Story? Because I
Well-
seem to remember a story about how sales of all those retro toys went up after Toy Story, like Etch-a-Sketch.
It had an enormous boost. That design that is the classic one in Toy Story.
Yeah.
That was introduced in 1985. So prior to that,
They were all more like this, so it was a bit more random
Yeah.
and less uniform.
I think I've got something good. What?
I've done mine.
No, it needs some lips below that.
Hang on, let me sort that out.
What's this called, Sanya?
Aubergine
Aubergine. What do they call it in America? Eggplant.
and Australia.
And Australia.
That's it, right? Isn't it? Look at that.
I do believe that's Mike Wazowski from Monster Inc.
Oh yeah. It looks a bit like. Do you remember SpongeBob, the little sea amoeba?
Do you mean SpongeBob SquarePants?
Yeah. There's that little bad guy in it.
Oh yeah, Plankton.
Plankton. Yeah, that's the one.
I've made mine.
All right, I'm gonna do a proper job. I just had to put an eye on the end of it. Oh, I like him.
I call him the Zealot.
You know what?
The
I'm
Zealot.
gonna go out on a limb here, right, and say
Yeah.
that actually, it's more fun if you can stick it into real food.
Yeah, it's way more fun. Yeah, the plastic potato is simply not.
I mean, I get it. It's a means to an end to mass produce this toy idea, but at the same time, I would argue it's more fun jabbing it into real fruit.
Yeah, it is. Even though it's a waste of food. I can understand why the post-war people were slightly.
Yeah, don't do that, mate. It's not the best idea, that is it?
Yeah.
There you go. Artemis P. Nickelbottle. This is Artemis P. Nickelbottle. I accuse you of a crime. I said to you, you are accused of a crime. Oh, Nickelbottle.
This is Kevin Chimmery.
Kevin Chimmery.
I've had to take out one of the eyes of the Zealot.
He was born a monster. But he can scan. He can scan for baddies. So now...
Oh my god!
So now, the thing about Potato Head, it's kind of like with most things that Hasbro have. It's like, let's combine it with other brands we own. So now you can get tons of Star Wars ones.
I don't like.
I've got a Ghostbusters one.
Have you?
Yeah.
Of course you have.
Yeah, of course I have. So I don't like to collect a lot of Ghostbusters stuff, but I do like to collect stuff that I think is odd Ghostbusters stuff. And the idea of a Potato Head Man Ghostbusters is quite good.
I suppose so.
I suppose so, you know. What's the worst thing that you've seen the Star Wars brand slapped on?
Well, everyone's going to say, oh, if I don't mention it, they're going to link it to either
The Jar Jar Binks tongue thing.
Yeah,
which...
or the C-3PO tape dispenser.
Tape dispenser?
Yeah, he's like reclining back, you know, like sellotape.
Yeah.
And it
comes out from between his legs.
Yeah, but he's got his legs up, and it looks like, so when you pull it, it's like rubbing.
No, it's like he's pulling out his
metallic
penis. Flang. See, for me, the worst thing I ever saw the Ghostbusters logo slapped on was a whoopee cushion. And that's literally it's a whoopee cushion with the logo on the top. And they were selling it for £4 in a bookshop.
That's bad.
And I was just thought, stop slapping it on anything. Don't get me wrong, it's an iconic logo, but it doesn't mean you put it on every bloody thing.
Thing is, if George Lucas hadn't done that, we wouldn't have had Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
No, exactly. Without him branding and licensing
and keeping the merchandise rights as well. Which,
yeah,
because
he didn't take much money for the actual film itself, did he? But he went, I'm getting all the back end stuff.
Yeah, that and why as well. Alec Guinness died a very rich man because he managed to negotiate a huge slice of profits in lieu of a big payday up front.
Clever man. And yet all he did was bitch and complain about it.
Oh yeah, he hated it. Smell that. Do you like the smell of that?
I like mushroom smell, yeah.
It's nice and earthy, isn't it?
I like it. It's that nice kind of gardening allotment kind of stink that reminds me of Grandad's back garden.
Grandad's hands.
Grandad's hands around my face.
Throat.
Oh yeah, throat. Get off my tomatoes, he'd say. Now you're just being way too intimate with it. Mr. Potato Face. I've got nothing. You've got to have to do more than just sniff a mushroom because I'm floundering here, mate.
I'm gone. All right, away we go. There's Zealot. And
a Peter Pan toy. This is the UK version. The Peter Pan used it in the UK.
But I think it was they had it and then Hasbro bought it. It's just in time for Toy Story, which is wonderful news.
This is 74.
Yeah. Well, what do you want me to say?
No,
I've run out of things to say.
Years 3 to 9. There's no sad onions on it, but there is one sad potato on it.
Yeah, I have run out of things to say.
Is there anything? Is any other facts?
I've thrown the paper on the floor.
What's the biggest
potato in the
Mr.
world?
Potato Head measured 4 feet by 3 feet, and it was sculpted by who's that female artist who put a bedroom on the middle of the floor?
Tracy Emin.
Yeah, Tracy Emin made the biggest potato head in the world and simply titled it Lust.
I like that song she did, Stan.
No, yeah, Tracy Emin. Eating M&Ms. Tracy Eminem and Eminem eating M&Ms in a tree.
I can't say it.
Yeah, is it about Mr. Potato Head?
Yeah, I think it was.
It's a pity they didn't come up with
keep forgetting things.
Mr.
Hatred.
No, like Mr. Colostomy Bag.
I don't know.
Mr. Colostomy Bag for kids. You have a colostomy bag full of shit. from
Sick.
it, and you can pierce it with eyes and nose.
Full of sick and plonk. What, like sick and champagne? Is that what
yeah,
you
sick
said?
and plonk.
That'd be a kind of good new character. Sick and plonk.
Yes,
Like
you are
Zig and
Dutch.
Zag.
Yes, we are Dutch. I am Blik and I am Plonk. Sick and plonk.
Hey, do you want, can I do my new character?
Yeah, go on.
Sanya, can I do the new character? Can you tell me where to find the devil dogs?
Dogs.
I don't want to see this character all of a sudden. I think we'll get letters.
Why? Because he's South African.
Yeah, South African. He's South African.
The meat to the Digi
Yeah.
dogs.
Can you tell me I'm here at Disney World and I'm going to the customer services, guest services, and excuse me, you're the man guest services in Disney.
Excuse me, sir. Hello, I'm head Disney. How can I help you?
Can you tell me where the devil dogs are?
The devil dogs can be found in Toontown, sir.
Because I'm going to throw. No, no, they
What?
don't know. There aren't devil dogs at Disney. It's the
There
whole
are. Have
point.
you not seen the devil dogs at Toontown?
You're ruining the
If
character.
you go around the back of Roger Rabbit's ride, there are
You're
two
ruining the
dogs
character.
and they will rip your kids apart.
You've ruined the character. I had a whole.
I've ruined your
I had a
South
whole
African
thing.
character.
It's got-
All right, okay. There are no devil dogs in Disneyland.
But I want to throw some meat to the devil dogs.
Then I suggest you go to Universal Studios, sir.
Wah, wah. That's it. That's all. That's the extent of the thing.
And the extent of what we're getting out of Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah.
Is the man who invented it still alive?
I don't know. It's the information's on the floor. I want to force. He did it in the 40s.
Yeah, maybe.
My dad was born in the 30s, as was my mum, but they weren't old enough to invent things.
Well, not with that attitude, eh? Not with that attitude. Well, thanks for joining us.
I hope that's been informative,
And if not informative, amusing.
or at the very least, thought-provoking.
Yes. Bye.
Can you tell me where the devil dogs are? I want to throw some meat to the devil
The
dogs.
devil dogs are back.
Walt, the devil dogs are back.
Walt, the devil dogs are back.
Big, they're
You have to
tearing
throw
Mickey
some
apart.
chunks of meat.
You've got to throw chunks of meat to the devil dogs.
Well, there we go. Cut this.